You can't be as sad as me. I mean, I'm not sad. I'm frustrated that Hearthstone is giga trash right now, but that'll probably be relatively short-lived. But otherwise, I'm doing quite well, honestly. Life is pretty good. And it's times like this to focus on that and appreciate that. Pick up some weights, ride my bike. I do have a cough for the last couple of days, but I don't feel sick. Sick and undead. All trash. I think I'll take a hipster. Light Bomb just doesn't really do it for me. Paladin Portrait seems so out of this game. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it fit in, right? What am I eating? I ate a cough drop. Or I just put it in my mouth. It seems to do a good job of preventing me from coughing during the stream. And funny enough, I also didn't feel the urge to use one until I started streaming. I think Hearthstone's just making me ill. Just like the prospect of playing this meta makes me sick, I think. One clean the scene. Surely in 2 weeks things will change because of a mini set. Let's hope. Full rotation. Reset everything. Burn it all to the ground. Let's take the Sentinel. I want this Ghost Rider too, man. I need spells. I need spells. Oh my god. When I took Switcheroo, I thought, oh, I can't get a all shadow deck anymore. It looks like I've got a couple other spells, but give me this first pick so I can last pick a Switcheroo. Black Knight is okay, I think. More cleaning of the scenes. Take a location, yeah. I think I want a Lost Exarch over Queensguard. One death? Sure. I think I'll take a Metronome. We need a couple of ones, but maybe the Light It Burns. Maybe Dredger Staff. I think I'll pass on Dredger Staff, but we do need some ones. Ooh, what about Courier? Courier with no ways to use it? I guess I'll just take a Corporal then. I want both of these. Shoot! Sugar and molasses. Can I go back and have that? What's up, Jordy? Well, whatever. Yeah, there's a good one. Conjurer's nice. Hawkstrider's nice. Do I take Thrive? Do I take Smite? Maybe I take Smite with no Dragon synergy. Man, I just need a couple of late game things. Another Conjurer, sure. One Nova. Always nice to have one Nova. Let's take the Horse. Guess I'm taking another Smite. I guess this card's okay, honestly. This card's okay. Do I have any mechs? I have one mech. Oh, I have two mechs. Okay, you know what? Maybe discovering something will be nice. Take a Click Clock, but let's go Conjurers. Theft Accusation looks a bit better now that I've got 3 of them. And a big nasty dragon. Could take the Shadow Ascendant, but so it'll be 3 hours. Well, we're gonna go 3 and 3, so it should only take an hour and a half. I think this deck looks good, but it's missing some curse cards. I agree. All right, last prediction. Pay it out. This prediction. Start it up. Good morning, Redbeard and the Dwellers of Mordor. Boy, that really makes us sound like monsters.
No substitute for true strength.
Yeah, so what does this deck really need? It needs an Identity Theft or 2, and then the Harmonic Pop. And then you really, you know what? If we had ended up with 2 locations and 1 copy of the 4-drop card, that would have been really nice. So you take out like what? 1 Switcheroo, you put in an Identity Theft. You take out, I don't know, like a Smite, you put in a Harmonic Pop. You take out a Candle Raiser, and you put in a Partner in Crime, and this deck feels a lot better. Maybe the opponent will fall asleep or have to go to work. It's a good strategy. This is my job. And every game we play that's not against a warrior is like a plus. So like I'm down to just prolong this game as long as possible. And then if I lose, it doesn't really matter. As long as the game's as long as possible and it's not against a warrior, then I'm going to consider it a win. This deck needs Benedictus, and then you take out the other spells, and you put in 10 identity thefts. I like the way you think. I like the way you think. Also, my legs hurt. Oh, God. Feels good to stretch them out.
To perfection.
Alright, what do I do here? It's kind of a good draw.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Corporal knows what's up. I had to say goodbye to my grandpa today. I'm sorry that you had some rough stuff going on. I don't think I've seen many of your Druid drafts with the shtick I go for. I take all the hero power cards. I think they're good and fun. I think the Druid decks that do really well have that 5 mana 4/5 that draws you 2 cards and reduce that costs 6 or more and reduces their cost. This just gets chopped. What else am I supposed to do? It's okay, everything ends with death. Maybe we get reborn. Or maybe we go somewhere better. Or equivalently nice. I mean, you never know. The universe is a crazy place, right? I think to think that we know everything is a little misguided. We understand a lot of things in the context of our own lives, but beyond that, what really do we know? Nothing. If I wasn't alive and I was just a third-party observer of this, and they're like, hey, do you think some germ's gonna become some mammal and some mammal's gonna become a human or whatever, a billion years from now? I was like, no, I don't think so. It's like, well, guess what? That's how it works. What? That's crazy. I hope I end up on Boner Island. And you're gonna have a VIP ticket to Boner Island, the way I see it. Answer me this one minor question. Are all the mechs in this meta absolute dog shit? I'm gonna miss him because he was awesome. One time my parents told me and my siblings we were grounded and he took us fishing. Hey, I'm sad. I'm sorry that, for your loss. But when I'm gone, I hope you guys remember anything good I ever did or fun. You guys don't have to be too sad when I'm gone if you're still around. You guys can be like, oh yeah, I remember that one stream where he beat a warrior and he was so happy and I was so happy for him. For the philosophy buffs, the only thing they'd say the only thing that we know is that we think. There you go. That must mean something, right? Darn it. I remember when Red used to draft Hook Tusk. I've only ever drafted Hook Tusk once or twice, and I've never once cast an activated Hook Tusk. And it is one of my greatest failings as a streamer. If we don't have kids, who will remember us? Wait, is that why people have kids? I'm not sure. Sometimes I really want kids, and other times I really don't want kids. But I suppose before that, I'd have to find someone that wanted to have sex with me. We're all saddened by your failures. Mine? I'm so sorry. I must be disappointing a great many people. Stay friends with Dreads. He has an extra kid for you. Yeah, he's been making a lot of kids lately. I got a drafted Hook Tusk off one time, but it was on the turn that I died. Oh, that stinks. You could donate sperm. No nasty sex needed. That's true. I'm electing to not have kids. I'm giving my allotment to Smellyhead so he can have 6 more. Smellyhead needs more kids. I've been saying it for years.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and...
I have to target that?
Everyone, stay in sync.
I was talking to Sinistar earlier today, or yesterday night. I needed some help from him. He said, hey, let me know if, like, you know, he sent me some info. He's like, let me know if everything works, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I messaged him back. I was like, sorry, I was out biking all day today. You know, I'm sorry I couldn't get back to you. And he wrote to me, cycling? What the fuck? And I wrote to him, a bicycle. It's a 2-wheeled transportation device. Get it? I think he knew what a bike was, but sometimes with Sin, it's hard to tell. His brain don't work so good. Do go on. I don't know why he's not here. He should be tormenting me. Like my friend Dreads is doing currently. Do I want to play this? I don't know, maybe. Do you tell people you're breaking the fast? No, I don't normally get so cheeky with them, but... Why can't I bike? Why has it got to be all flabbergasted that I'm riding a bike? Plus, I talk about riding the bike like 6 times a week on stream. 2 kids is enough. You should have 2 more. That's good. You don't need free time, money, sleep, any fun for yourself. You don't need those things. I'm more surprised you were in the sun. I go out a lot. I walk most places. Or ride my bike, so...
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and...
Guy's drawn his whole freaking deck. Do I want to kill that, or do I just not care? I kind of just don't care. Somewhat.
They need our care. Now more than ever.
We need more mods to set up the bets, and this is why the mods and the streamers should have more kids. Agreed. My best druid and my most fun druid decks are with Crypt Keeper. And all the armor cards I can get, even though they have low ratings. Dude, I've been offered like 2 Crypt Keepers out of 100 for druid drafts. Or at least that's what it feels like. What's the number of 3rd graders you think you can fight before they can overwhelm you? 10. 10 maybe? All they have to do is like jump on you. What does a 3rd grader weigh? Like 50 pounds? You put like 10 3rd graders like crawl on top of you, like you won't be able to move. This guy dealt one mana to deal 8, 2 straight turns. That doesn't feel right. Let's get a card before it's too late. Well, it's good to know that he has at least 1 Giga Shite card in there. Guess I play it for the buff. You can use 1 3rd grader as a weapon, so at least 11. Sure, I can grab one by its legs and just spin in a circle. Then I could probably take on like 20. Crypt Keeper's common though, but I feel like no one values him. I don't value him. How old is a 3rd grader? Like 8 maybe? 9? 8? I was 11 in the... 10 or 11 in the 6th grade. 10, 9, 8. I would guess 8 years old. Spin to win. I like the way you think. I think I could beat Dreads in a fight. Grade plus 5 equals age is a decent rule. Okay, okay. I was usually older when I was in school. My birthday was right above the like cutoff, so like I always aged 1 year early into the school year. You'd wear out after one punch since neither of you do cardio and dreads chicken legs with snap. No wait, I ride my bike every day. I rode my bike 10 kilometers today. And my bike doesn't work well, so I have to pedal harder to make it go. It's like I'm like Vegeta training in 500G gravity. Plus, the only advantage Dreads had was that he was lifting weights, but now I'm lifting weights too, so like that's mitigated. So I have the youth. I've got the speed. I've got the technique. I've got the cardio. And I'm well rested. I just, never tired. In Turkey, you start at 7 and it changed to 5. 4 years ago, though. Wait, you start school at 7? That's crazy. I had already graduated college by the time I was 7. Was that 1,000 miles? Yeah, I did about 1,000 miles on the bike today.
Blessings to you.
Blessings to you. How dare you?
A mistake.
We'll get you back on somewhere.
Maybe he'll take a taunt. And I can kill it. Look, there's a chance. There's a chance that it lives. The chance is low. But not 0. Never 0. Good taunt. I think I'm gonna just try this. It was a pretty good turn. Oh god, I just banged my knee. Don't mind me. The hell is this card? Pardon me? Why does he get a million things? 5 mana, 4/6 rush lifesteal? God damn. God damn it, Bobby.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Everyone, stay in sync.
I guess I should have played this first, huh? Let's take more of these. Oh, I guess I wouldn't have got another draw. That was the reason. Yeah, draw is probably worth more than +1/+1. Especially if we're gonna Nova soon. You tripping? He's tripping. Sour cream, he's straight tripping, boo. He's tripping alright. Hey, you know what I've been playing off stream? Monster Train. Man, Monster Train is great. I freaking love Monster Train. Hey Red, what's up, Alex? Good to see you, dude. Mr. Alex. Oh, Addicted to Inkbound. Oh yeah? It was Inkbound's release and the quote-unquote makers of... From the makers of Monster Train that gave me a desire to play Monster Train again. Thought it might be the, I thought it might be zombies, maybe. Monster Train's cool, but higher covenants are impossible without infinite combos or cheese. Yeah, there was a point where I, like, couldn't go farther, I remember. But, like, there's so much content in that game, and I feel like you can always just sort of, like, pick it up and play. There's so much customization. almost like somewhat of a sandbox mode where you can change the rule set for each run. My god, imagine a game coming out with such features, prolonging the amount of time that you could play it to a near infinite amount of time. Imagine that. Oh, I am imagining it, and it is wonderful. Wandering monster. Once Genshin expires, you can play on stream. I mean, I can play on stream now. It's not sponsored. If I decide to play Monster Train, it's just for the pure love of the game.
This can't be good.
Which, frankly, you know, I can see some argument for.
The streets are not safe.
Let's go. That game is Pog. Play on stream. Yeah, we've played on stream before. We did a bounty for it way back in the day. It's one of the first bounties I ever did. And then I loved it, so I played it some more on stream. What I should do, too, is check out Slay, considering how much I love Monster Train. And people like Slay more. People are way more likely to probably be watching Slay. And I don't really know the difference, you know? Like, to me, it's, I mean, like, if they're so similar, like, maybe it's fine. I love Slay. I think you'd enjoy it. I think so, too. Slay the Spire is better. Maybe we'll play some Slay. This month we do have, you know, the incentive, if we're not playing Hearth, to play Genshin, which I know it's not for everyone, but I enjoy Genshin quite a lot.
Well played.
The old swaparoo with the Conjurer and another Conjurer. That didn't work out, but it wasn't too bad. Just get it out of my deck, right? Slay is such a well-made game. You should set your Genshin world to open so I can steal your flowers. I don't want you to steal my flowers. I need those. I saw Dreads play some Darkest Dungeon. Actually, I think Trump is playing Darkest Dungeon 2 right now. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, I don't really know what's happening. It looks kind of cool, though. What do they call them? Roguelike games? I just like any of those. Like everyone, right? I like Played Up because, like, you know, it's got kind of that feel. I like Monster Train. I liked watching people play Vampire Survivors and Brotato. That he is. I think you'd like it since you don't need any reflexes. For which game? Roguelite? Hades? I never played Hades, but yeah, I think I saw people like, you know, liked Hades. Mercenaries, is that the same thing? Darkest Dungeon, oh, okay. My reflexes aren't like Dreads level slow. I'd probably be in like the top 10% of gamers.
Sorry, Squishy.
I've been playing Wild Myth, and that's been so much fun. Have I played FTL? I have not played FTL.
For the Dark Lord.
I should have traded first. In case I got an infused card. I don't particularly like trading my 5/5 for a 4/1, but you can always make the trade and just hero power, you know. It's a pretty good draw. What I was kind of hoping for was a Cathedral, but it's not bad. Faster Than Light is a pretty fun roguelike. It feels like some RNG can make or break a run. Rancher's such a crazy card. Yeah, Rancher makes no sense. Rancher is clearly not designed in a world where people will play Rancher in a limited format. That's true. Rancher should probably cost like one more. Can probably give one of those two effects and probably still be pretty reasonable. But as it is, pretty crazy. 3 mana, 2/5 is like a card you can certainly play. Like he just played 3 mana, 3/4. The kind of the effect didn't really matter that much this turn. I guess it stopped me from playing my Mothership. But a lot of the times this effect won't do anything. You're just playing a 3 mana, 3/4, and then your opponent plays a weapon or a location, and then you kind of like move on. Like sometimes you can play a 3 mana, 2/5 in a world without like Imbued Axe and Anima maybe. Like you could still need to play these type of cards, 3 mana, 2/2. And then you add the fact that it gives all your guys +1/+1, and that's just absolutely crazy. And then it also summons a unit, which makes no sense. What's up, company man? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Destiny calls to you.
What happened? Transform an undead into a monstrosity with rush, dude. Kind of fucked up there. Yeah. Force him to hero power. How's Serena been? Have I been happy with meta? Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. When I'm not playing against a warrior, I'm really liking it. When I'm playing against a warrior, you know, I like it less. Less. That's no longer good.
1 and 2 and 3
Don't keep
and
your
4
thoughts
and
to yourself.
An island lo-fi is on the come up.
What is this? Oh. Asha, thank you for the Prime. Thank you for the 5 months. Apologies for bothering you with questions. Oh, it doesn't bother me. I like it. I'd much rather answer questions than talk about Hearthstone for 6 hours straight. I don't mind talking about some aspects of Hearthstone, but it's nice to interject it with questions about my life or learning about your guys' lives or just talking about other stupid stuff. Guys, I was at the pool and a lady gave me a smile after I did a 2-lap breath hold. You guys are pretty much married at this point. You should probably let her know if she wants to go on a date with you. A nice Lindy dancer danced with me a bunch last weekend, and she was really into it. What's a Lindy dancer? Am I going to play Diablo 4? I would say the chances are not 0. But simultaneously, they're not super high. But not 0. So we can have that to look forward to.
Come on, share.
Actually, I guess I can do this. Hero power and hit this. I could just play this and get 2 minions. It's probably fine. The Dickster, thank you for the 6 months Twitch Prime. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Seeing as you're a big music enjoyer, did you play any instruments? And have you ever played in a band? I did play in a band, several bands, and I play the guitar pretty proficiently. And that's about it. I can play the bass like a guy that plays guitar. And I can keep a beat on a drum kit. And for a little while, I took piano classes as an adult. And I had like some rudimentary piano skills. But in general, guitar, I'd consider myself proficient at the guitar. We play as Wonderwall. I don't have a guitar in the apartment anymore. I left 2 guitars with my mom when I moved out of my apartment in with my brother, and then when I left there, I didn't take either with me. but about a month ago or 3 weeks ago, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I rode my bike over to Guitar Center, and I sat in there for like an hour and strummed like 20 different guitars, and I thought about just buying one, but then I didn't. But I probably should have. Just like a cheap $200-$300 guitar, maybe. My rogue opponent just played Invitation Courier plus Jackpot and hit double Scourge. Pack the house. Nice. Did you win? I hope you did. I played guitar on stream a few times, did I? That sounds like something I might have done. I can play Hot Cross Buns on the recorder. I don't know that song. Is that how that goes?
I listened to ETC before he was cool.
I listened to ETC before he was cool. I did not. Have you been playing much Arena? Have you been enjoying it? I was rubbish at music at school. The best I got to play was the triangle. Hey, someone's got to play the triangle, right?
Keep it real.
Someone got to hold the tempo, punctuate the appropriate moments. I had a friend in the Navy who was always broke buying music equipment from Guitar Center, and then we'd go out and he'd pawn some for a loss, for beer money. Yeah, that stuff's not very profitable as time goes on. It's an undead. I think I'd rather have the card draw. Potential card draw. I have other undead cards in my deck. I tried some standard, I tried some arena, not a huge fan, and it just feels like a casino, yeah. Yeah, both are kind of similar in that regard right now. Never caught one of the guitar streams? That'd be cool. What sort of bands did you play in? Any record material, live shows? I used to play live shows. It was like kind of Weezery, kind of Strokesy, sorta. That's always kind of what I was going for. But sometimes people in the band would have like other ideas. I think it's really easy to like make cool sounds as a group, but I think it's really hard to write good music as a group. Everybody's really got to be like on the same page. Those guitar streams were close to 5 years ago in inebriated moments. Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. I've been streaming for 5 years now. It's kind of crazy. This could be kind of crazy too. I could see you being the lead guitarist in a glam rock band. That would be fun. I could see that.
A thirst beyond death.
I don't see much noticeable difference between the modes. I haven't played enough standard to have like a firm opinion on the experience, but I mean, still like a standard deck has got to be like insanely overpowered compared to an arena deck, right? Like a blood DK deck. Do I ever want Boon? Do I ever want this? I don't know. This is kind of nice. I have an undead on the board right now, I guess. Here, let's buff it even. If you were in the Village People, who would you be? I don't know. The
citadel stands strong.
What were they? Who were they? I need another Nova. I guess I don't necessarily want to draw that many cards. Hard hat guy. I'd be the hard hat guy, maybe. My favorite MTG Limited streamer has a point redeemed to play guitar. Who's that? Caleb? Not LSV. Caleb seems like the sort of dude that can rip. Florida Mun. Oh, I don't know who that is. I'm sad to say, I'm sorry to say. How do I not have any more AoE? Other than the fact that I used it all.
One and two and three and four and
He's pretty good. Is he a nice guy? Did you stream in California? Yeah, I've been streaming for 5 years. I've been living here for like a year and a half or so. So, gotta eat another cough drop. I don't know why they're all like melted and gross, but this is the world we live in. He's pretty good and he's not a professional streamer? Okay. No shade, but I didn't know Tina Turner was alive until today. Magic is too hard to watch on stream unless you know the cards already. Yeah. I think Hearthstone's hard or Battlegrounds is hard unless you know the cards as well, though. It's just easier to learn them. I have a clean the scene.
One more death can't hurt.
I could legitimately try to mill him. Maybe.
The streets are not safe.
Hey Tiberius, what's up, man? Did you move to Oregon because my ex? I was part of it. So I was looking to kind of get out of California. I was looking kind of for a change. I wanted cheaper rent. I wanted better cost of living. If I wasn't dating somebody at the time specifically from this state, I probably wouldn't have moved here. So I'm not really like tied here, but like I don't really want to live in California. It's expensive, it's hot, it's dirty. There's traffic everywhere all the time. You know? But there, you know, it's where I grew up and all my friends and family, and there are things I like there, you know? But I wish my friends and family would just move here. I think I might enjoy that. You should see if there is room in Tahiti. I bet you might see Wobble there. Yeah, I could see Wobble in Tahiti, maybe. That'd be fun. Really wish you didn't do that. I need to clean the scene. Oh, clean the scene would be so good. I didn't get to clean the scene. I didn't get to clean the scene. I didn't get to clean the scene.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Yeah! Let's go!
Why don't all Americans move to Hawaii? Because a box of crackers is $7 there. It's very expensive. LA, New York, Hawaii, like those places are really, really expensive. Any tips on improving an arena? I would say download Hearthstone Deck Tracker. Darn, I actually really wanted that to stay alive, kind of. I'd say Hearthstone Deck Tracker is a good tool. I would say Hearth Arena is a good tool as well
Don't keep your thoughts
for improving.
to yourself.
Man, I can't help but feel like we didn't get very lucky this game. Contrary to popular opinion, I believe I would have preferred to have gotten lucky. Yeah, when I was working on Maui, man, grocery expenses were crazy. Target was paying for everything for me, but it was nuts. Everything, all 6 6s. The highest roll of all time. Okay. Okay, not quite. It's close, though. I needed it all to be able to die here.
It is finished.
If I was 20 and broke again, I would definitely move to Mexico. Yeah. Problem with Mexico is it's on the edge of being a failed state with the cartels. Morning, Red. Finished my shift earlier now, and I'm shaking from what I experienced. Never thought I would encounter racism in the workplace. We're glad we're streaming, man, and need my head cleared. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. One thing I hate is racism. If, when I worked at Target, sometimes you would have, situations like that kind of present themselves. And I would always tell myself or the affected party, if it wasn't me directly involved, like, you usually at Target got thousands of people in a day. And usually that didn't happen. And when it did, it was, 1 out of 5,000. Most people are pretty cool. And most of the time that doesn't happen. And when it does, hopefully it gets addressed, And hopefully those people learn from their foolish mindsets. But it gets easy, I think, to really focus on the negative and then have that like negatively affect your life or your perception of people or whatever. When really it's the person who's expressing those beliefs that they're the one living the terrible life. They're the one suffering, right? And trying to make other people suffer. And when you let them, then it's like, they win. But we all kind of win if they educate themselves. I live in South Africa. We're a failed state, but if you have money here, it can be sick. Yeah, money's good. I feel like if you have money anywhere, it can be pretty nice, though.
They need our
Keep it
care.
real.
Now more than ever.
Did you see the racism because of the football player? I did not, but I would like to reiterate one thing among many things that I really hate is racism. Hate racism. Don't like it. Don't think people should do it.
Hands off the feathers. Hands off the hands off the feathers.
Yes, I'm doing this.
Keep it real.
Why did Target pay me to live in Hawaii? I opened the first Target store on Maui, or at least I helped to open it. There were no Target employees on Maui because they didn't have a store, so they sent a lot of us from California over there to open it in like several waves. Like some people would stay for like a month, some people would stay for a few months. Teach them the processes, build the store. I mean, like, set it up to like Target standards and stuff. They shipped poor old Red in a large cartoon-sized box. They did not. That's partially true. If I run that in, if I run this in,
Keep it real.
adding a card could be nice. I want Deadly Shot. That's what I want. What was it like flying to Hawaii in a cargo hold? Did they cut a hole in the box? They did, and there was just like a big empty plane and one guy sitting in a chair next to me reading a porno mag, smoking a cigarette. I could barely see. It was a nice opportunity. Oh yeah, it was great. It was great for the time. Although I wouldn't want to live on Maui. There's no sporting events. There's like not a lot of like entertainment. You know, like the bars are kind of dingy. There's some nice restaurants, but like, you know, going to the beach for the 57th straight day kind of loses its appeal after a while. I don't know. I wasn't crazy about it.
To yourself.
Rusilla thinks Hawaii time zone is underrated and it's the best for watching sports. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Toxic to the touch.
Keep it real.
I remember because it's 3 hours behind PST. So I'd go to work from like 5 to 1 or 2 some days, like something like that. 5 a.m., 4 a.m. to like 1 or 2. I was working real early. And I'd come home and at 1 p.m., I think, the East Coast games were on. Is that right? Yeah. So it's like 1 in the afternoon, you could watch the East Coast games. 4 in the afternoon, you could watch all the West Coast games. And it would be 7 or 8 o'clock at night in Hawaii. And you just go out and then we'd go out somewhere. It was actually pretty sick. You could have been like Tom Hanks in Castaway. I kind of was. Except I hung out with people and the island was very populated. And I went home when I was done. I lived in Cali, and I lived in the PNW, and I find the PNW so depressing. The constant drizzle makes me miserable. Yeah, I like the rain. I find it very relaxing. And then, like, now, I feel like I have an appreciation for the sun, too. Like, I've been very happy that it's been a bit, warmer out. I like that.
Keep it real.
Everyone, stay in sync. Quick and painless.
I thought it might be the card draw one, and I was down to have him burn a card. Draw 2 and burn 1.
Don't keep your thoughts.
NFL game starting at 7 a.m. is a big oof. I mean, depends on your schedule, right?
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Did you get any scraps with the locals? When you tried to surf at their spots, no, everybody was super friendly. So when I worked at Target, one of the first couple of days, so we were training a bunch of new Target employees who lived in Hawaii who were going to be working there when we left, right? Because I wasn't there permanently. So like after a day or two, I'm pretty personable. I'm pretty social. So I was like making friends, and I was like, hey, I need, I'm only going to be here for, a couple of months. Can you give me a list of like everywhere I should go on the island in that time? And they're like, oh yeah, of course. So like one of the guys, his name was AJ. He gave me a list of like everything. He's like, you need to do like these like 20 things, and then he's like, here are the 20 things that like we do, like that the locals do on the island. And he's like, yeah, my cousin works here, my best friend works here. Just go and say AJ sent you. Go over here, and like everywhere we were going, like it sounds silly, but we're kind of being treated like royalty. They were actually really excited to have a Target there too. I don't know why, but they did a ticketed event opening of the Target, and we would go to bars, and people were like, hey, are you guys from Target? I don't know. I guess we maybe, and they're like, can we have tickets to the opening? I'm like, what the hell? And they're like, yeah, drinks are on us, or the drinks are on the bar. Just get us some tickets so we can go the first day of that Target opens, like at night, like some ceremonial opening and stuff. Well, anyway, everywhere I went, they were like, oh yeah, you don't have to pay for anything. We were just tipping big too. But I was like, oh well, here, take like take $100 or whatever. It's like this is normally like $200 to go zip lining or something. I was like, here, just take $100. Target's paying for everything. I'm not spending any money here. Like, let me give you some money. So everybody was super cool, man. I want to go back there now.
Keep it real.
I probably should have thought this turn through a little better. Why the hell did you leave? Well, I lived in California at the time. They had a thing where like some people could stay there and work, but not everyone and not a lot of people. And then it was the way they had it.
I listened
You had to be like,
before he was cool.
you had to sign a contract to stay there, I think for 2 years minimum. You couldn't like decide to stay there for like 6 months and then decide you didn't like it and want to go back and have your job still. And then like for no circumstance could you go back and leave and keep your job, like in California. because I guess maybe they had problems with that, or I don't know. So I was like, well, what if, and I was like, what if, family member gets sick and I have to go home? They're like, yeah, like, you'll lose your job. I'm like, oh. But also, like I said, after a while, it gets kind of, it's actually not as fun living on Hawaii. There's not that much to do. Working on Hawaii for Target sounds way better than streaming. So while I was there, I was working, 40, 50-hour weeks, 5 days a week. So a lot of the time I was there, it's not like I'm just like vacationing on the beach, but I was working like 4 a.m. till like 2 p.m. in that range, kind of like. So I would just like, I was like running on like 3 hours, 4 hours of sleep like every day. And we were just going out all night and going over like anywhere we could on the island. I feel like I made the most of my time there. And people like after, a few days were like, oh, I want to stay in the hotel. Everybody from California, they're like, oh, we're just staying in today. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to the top of some volcano, the Haleakala crater, if anybody wants to come. And I always had a couple people. I made a couple California friends and Hawaii friends. So we kind of had like a much smaller group. There was probably like 30 people maybe from California. And then I had like the same like 3 or 4 or 5 people that would like kind of hang out with me all the time. Also, there were rental cars, and everybody got, like, they were all sharing cars. Everybody shared a car. It was like 4 or 5 people. Like, one person, like, the rental car was in their name. And then everyone else kind of would have to, like, work their schedules. You'd have to work it out. You have to call each other and stuff. And I had one of the cars in my name. I don't know why or how, but I'm like, okay. And I remember when I was checking it out, they're like, okay, your partners, like, you're sharing with so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so. And none of them made the trip. They're like, oh, yeah, like, none of these people made it out to Hawaii after all. Like, their boss wouldn't let them come or whatever. And I'm like, so I just have all the cars? And they're like, yeah, or you have the car to yourself? I was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. So I would, like, if people were like, hey, I can't go anywhere. I was like, just jump in my car. I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. Yeah. Now it's nice to reminisce. The smell of coconut, pineapple, and suntan lotion can be overwhelming. I have to report a viewership crime. Zeddy is a mod on another guy's channel. Ooh. Don't report it to me. Report it to Twitch. Zeddy must be stopped. What am I doing here? Kind of like that. Kill this thing. Want to go to Target... Be a Target celeb in Maui. It was really... It sounds like a joke, but I'm telling you. People were like, oh, you guys are from Target kind of thing. Like, I heard that a lot. We had, again, these tickets. I was like, oh. I remember talking to, like, whoever... There was, like, an HR lady or something. I was like... It's like, how many tickets can we get? It's like, how many do you need? And I was like, I don't know. Just give me, like, all the tickets. Because apparently they're good for... like free drinks for life in or at least till the store opens in Maui. And they're like, what? I was like, oh, nothing. I have made some friends on the island. And I think it's time to get some tickets out. Can you sleep at night after playing Priest? Yes, I can. Brilliant. What the fuck's amazing about this? Buddy boy. I'd like to see the sun again and have some sand between my toes. Target is awesome. I'm sad we don't have it here in Canada. Target expanded into Canada and it was a colossal failure. They opened up like 200 or 300 stores to start and they couldn't keep them stocked and they were gone within like, I don't know, less than a year or something. We had it for 2 days. Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good amount of time to have a to have a business. Yeah, that was actually before Hawaii, and then I think it was that. And then some people went and opened up stores in Canada, and people are like, "Wait, I got sent to Calgary or I got sent to Edmonton to open up a Target," and other people are going to Hawaii. I was like, hey, I'll sign up for the Hawaii one. Six, 10, 13. I need 5 damage.
They need our care. Now more than ever.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and...
Dude, that's such fart. I have to kill this. 6, 9, 6, 10, 13. I have to kill that. I probably should have healed it. Theft accusation on your own bomb. What did I copy from him? Target seems like a tremendous assortment of things I don't need. I went into Target today looking for Pokemon cards because people on the Pokemon Reddit have posted that they found the new set that doesn't come out for like another 2 weeks at Target already.
Please don't burst my bubble.
But they didn't have any. So then I thought maybe I'll see if they had any washers, because I certainly didn't get enough washers in the free weight set I bought. I didn't have enough, but they didn't sell them there that I could find. So then I left. I haven't been in one in 4 years. I'm quite happy. I've only gone into one in the last 5 years as a patron, not an employee. And every time I go into Target or pass a Target or think about Target, I think about how happy I am that I'll never work inside of one ever again. You ever go to employees and start telling them these stories that you tell us on stream? No, I don't talk to anyone. But when I was shopping today, and similar to when I did work there, everyone I saw working there was like 18 years old. And I was thinking to myself, like, no wonder that working here was such shit. Like, the only people that worked there were like 65 or 18. And it's like, like everybody was, not everybody, there's so much incompetence. And like in California, you can't fire anybody. So everybody just got to like do whatever they wanted. I'm like, yeah, I need you to do this. And they didn't do it. And they're like, oh, I didn't do it. I was like, why not? They're like, I just, whatever. I just do something else. I was like, okay. All right, I'm going back to Hawaii. It's my craziest Target story. I have no idea. I don't know. When I worked at the Target on Sepulveda in Burbank, that place was on what... what's the website when you can like rate businesses? I don't know. It was like the #1 rated like hookup spot for prostitutes of varying patronage in like the Southern California area. It was a very dirty and well visited place. Yelp, yeah, Yelp. It was like the #1 like Yelp location for that. I'm only getting... Why did I take that? I guess I get Whirlpool, right? Sorry, I wasn't thinking. Go on. So yeah, there was a lot of calls to the police that the police never showed up. People were doing stuff. I remember Ian and I went to the roof one time. Ian was in charge of security. So the only time he ever left was like if he ever left his office is if somebody was, if there was something of the sort. And somebody was complaining that there were like, there was a car like looking suspicious or something on there. There was a parking structure with 5 levels. So we went up to the 5th level. And there was a car with like tinted windows that was kind of rocking back and forth. And it was like, 10 or 11 o'clock at night and there was nobody else there. And Ian's like, oh, hell no. Ian's a big dude and you get really mad when he had to do stuff. So he shines his flashlight in there and, their cars like rocking back and forth. And I'm kind of scared. This was one of my first days at the building. I'm like, oh no. And it turned out to be, two gentlemen in the throes of passion. And Ian starts screaming at him to tell him to get on, get. He's spinning his finger around and pointing him to the exit. and I'm hiding behind Ian. And I thought, it's not a good place to work. It's not.
This may just be my best song yet.
Get on, get! Yeah, that's what he said. He says he didn't say that, and he didn't wave his finger, but he definitely did. Get on, get! He would tell people to kick rocks all the time. Get on, get! Just kick rocks! Take a drown? I think I'm gonna take this. Actually, if I don't have an undead, I guess I have an undead. I'm gonna take another clean the scene. We're gonna have to beat a few, we're gonna have to beat a few, pack the houses, right? Sepulveda in Burbank, right by the Costco. I used to go with my mom when I was a kid. Are you an 818 guy, or you just work there? I have my phone number is an 818 area code. Still. Where's the Costco? Is there a Costco there? I don't recall. I don't doubt it. I just
Masterpiece.
Is it like farther up north, maybe? Like up Sepulveda? I can now find your phone number by trying the 10 million 818 options and seeing if it's you. Well, that's fine because I get so many scam calls anyway. It's like, doesn't really bother me. The lady who used to have my phone, she got up to some serious stuff. I don't know exactly what she was doing, but I get some strange calls. I get some strange calls from people looking for that lady all the time. I used to feel, I'm gonna silence this. I used to feel more nervous. I used to get like weird calls, like, hey, you know, better answer this call. I'm like, oh, what's going on? And they're like, are you Kathy? I'm like, no, I don't know who the hell Kathy is. They're like, oh, okay, well, we'll be nicer to you. I'm like, okay. Let's get out of Fire Ellie range. IRS Jeff is back in town, and he's ready to play. Hopefully IRS Jeff never tracks me to Oregon. She frequently hung out in front of the Target on Sepulveda and Burbank. I wouldn't be surprised. There were some really, really cheap motels directly across the street. And I think that was a contributing factor to, I don't think. I know that was a contributing factor to all the,
They need our care.
specific type of clientele that would visit. Go on. They were prostitutes. You'd see them lined up on Sepulveda Boulevard.
They need our care. Now more than ever.
If you were lucky. The man who had my number must have clicked on every link and shared all of his information. Yeah, I got a voicemail one time from someone, and they were like,
Evacuate.
you know, I just got a voicemail, and I came home and I'm like, oh, let me check this, and it was like, hey, and this was a person talking. It was like this guy, I don't know. He's like, Kathy, I can see you right now. I'm watching you like on the bus or something. You know, I'm following you, Kathy. And I'm like, oh my God. I think I actually called the police. I was like, hey, look, just heads up. I don't know. I got this call and Kathy's spooked. Something bad's happening. I just like,
I wonder.
yeah, something like that. That was the gist of it. Was somebody could see her at the time on the bus or something. Like, oh, that's certainly not good. That's certainly not good for any parties involved. No wonder she ditched the number. Pff, I mean, I hope she's okay, but you know, all the things, they did make me wonder. Is that really the only card I have that does a thing?
valid target.
That's my turn. Kathy is some freak's lampshade now. I hope not. But again, Kathy was... She was living a certain kind of life. Reds, more new tech I've lost to today. The Torghast Shaman into criminal lineup. Not even Ragnaros into criminal lineup on like turn 6. I was gonna order food and got one digit wrong. A woman answered the phone and I said, wrong number, and hung up. 2 months later, a man called me and asked if I was talking to their wife. Apparently they're having some problems and he's going through every number he does not recognize to find the mistress. That is terrifying. That reminds me of one time I got into work. I don't know the exact details, but like, so I got like somebody got a message to me, and my dad was in the hospital. He got his gallbladder removed or something, but like he like they had rushed him to the hospital, and then somebody at work gave me the number for the Kaiser Hospital. Like, okay, your dad's staying here, and it was like whatever 1818, whatever 555, and but they gave it to me. I don't know. They gave it to me, the number, and it was 1-800 plus the number to Kaiser. And I got like this phone sex chat line while my father was in the hospital. But I was kind of in like the semi-panic state. So I just dialed it as fast, and I kind of sat there and then, you'll be connected. I'm like, okay. And, and it was like, hey, if you'd like to talk to, Big Daddy right now, slam 69 on your keypad. I was like, oh my God. Okay. So I like slammed it. And then they're like, okay, this is Big Daddy. I'm like, hey, are you all right? Are you hurting? And they're like, ooh, you could hurt me. I'm like, what the heck? It's like, oh my God, I had to hang up the phone. And then I was like, Sue, it was Sue from HR. I was like, Sue, what number did you give me? She's like, I gave you Kaiser. It's like, you definitely didn't give me Kaiser. I'm just going to drive over there. It was like 2 minutes from the Target I worked at. Get me out of here. That wasn't Kaiser. And then I went and I looked it up. I was like, oh. It's only the difference between the area code and the 1-800 part. Big Daddy. I don't know, something like that. Where it wasn't like immediately clear that I wasn't on the phone with the hospital. They were kind of, they were going along with it. For $1.99 a minute, I mean, why wouldn't they? Don't hit me twice. Don't even hit me once. They both save lives, true. UCF's phone line is 407 UCF 2000. 1-800 UCF 2000 is a sex line. I famously gave reporters the latter number for a press conference. Yeah, I don't know. I imagine that type of stuff happens. It definitely happened to me. Pretty sure it did.
Presentation is everything.
Brilliant.
I mean, I don't really see any value here. Also, this kind of hurts me, probably. Hopefully it doesn't have schooling, or I'm schooled. Common Redbeard. Hey, Crazy Taco, what? What'd you just call me?
Naxxramas never lacks corpses.
Can Priest do 1 damage? Yeah, if I get my Conjure. That thing's an assassin now. Whispers? Yeah, Whispers would be kind of nutty, huh? No taunt, no taunt, no taunt! Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's like about the best I can hope for, huh? Beyond the issue of barcodes, do you think if they blanket removed the remove a board, make a board, combo cards would improve Arena 10 times? It's a fair question. I think addressing the purchase accounts is the singular biggest and best thing they could do. Even though there's not a ton of them, any is... It seems like there have been fewer. Any is a problem because, like, again, I always saying, if you play against a barcode, and then the barcode beats you, a purchased account with the crazy card quality, and I don't play against the barcode, then, it's easy to be like, oh, who cares? Some streamers are like, oh, who cares? I'm not playing against that many. It's like, yeah, but then you play against Chuckles, who has a really busted deck at 0-1, who only lost because he lost to somebody who's purchased. Like, you're still feeling the effect of it, even if you don't realize it. But yeah, I think a more simplistic way of addressing it, beyond that, in terms of the cards that remove a board and make a board, is you want to curate the arena card pool, or you want to design cards for limited. So kind of like what Duels does, they have quote unquote custom cards. Like, there's no reason that Pack the House should be in, but if you want a card like that, and you feel like it would improve, like that type of card is engaging for a limited, card game experience, then make it 9 mana and overload 3. Make it summon a 5, a 4, a 3, and a 2, or whatever, and call it, You could still call it Pack the House, doesn't really matter. You call it whatever you want. But I think if you had that approach, it would vastly improve the arena experience, yeah. Like cards like Amalgam of the Deep shouldn't just be able to discover Neptulon or Ysera. Right, like weighing the discover pool, curating the sets, I think would make huge improvements. Pack the Arena, yeah, call it Pack the Arena. How are the runs? This is our second run. It's going pretty well right now. I mean, the runs yesterday were pretty good. We had a 10-win run. I just think in this arena meta, less arena might be better in many ways. Like a smaller amount of arena can be more enjoyable than a potentially large amount of arena. They have a Neptulon 100%? Maybe. This could be good. This could be very good. Hex. Kind of want cold storage. Is that dumb? Guess I hit there. Maybe it's not that. I mean, it's fine, right? Then let's put these together in case I want to play my candle thing. Something like that. Hate discovers in general. It's so frustrating when common card can give you broken swing shit. So I don't hate discovers myself. I think discover is a really cool mechanic. I think discovering broken shit, having the same odds of getting a Ysera as getting a Fairy Dragon is dumb. Because one card is 20 times as powerful as the other, but it's not 20 times as rare. So I think we hate similar aspects of the experience, but there's ways to have discover and skew the pool so that they're not like, what you always see and what you always face. Why couldn't this guy high roll more so I could Shadow Word Death? I can get a beast, I can get an elemental, I can get an anything. Any of these good for me? Not, I mean, it could be okay, maybe. Could get a copy of that. It's okay on those. It's nice to freeze this guy, too. I wouldn't say Fairy Dragon is 20 times more powerful than Ysera. Neither would I. Trade. Then give it Divine Shield and Taunt. But I need to play it. Would you skew the Discover pool based on the turn number? No, based off the rarity of the card. Or, sometimes a common card is the most powerful card. You'd want to design cards with the proper rarity.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Do not look away.
But if not, you could just whatever. You could designate which cards are powerful. Like, rarity would be the easiest way. But if you're like, whatever, Ysera and Concert Promo Drake are the strongest, then you have a 3% chance to discover those, a 10% chance to discover any epic, a 50% chance to discover a 40% chance to discover a rare or a common or something like that. Like, whatever the numbers end up looking like is less important as the concept of certain cards being less common, in my opinion.
Welcome to Shopkeeping in Mind.
Smalls.
4 years. Man, a whole college career with your bar, and I feel so much smarter.
A whole college career with Red Bear and I feel smarter. Hey, thank you, Smalls, for the tier 3. I'm always going to be able to discover something. Let's shoot here. What am I shooting? This thing? I was trying to put it here. That dude, it really flew over there. Thank you, Smalls. Did you see that? Oh my days. How? How are you gonna tell me that just happened? Oh, that happens so much on mobile. 6 and 2 incoming. I would love to blame Smalls, but I feel more inclined to blame the game, which has clearly let us all down so very much there. Come on, dude. Can't be doing this to me. Finale. I can't finale them both. I would blame the Queen's death on this loss. I'm gonna win, it's okay. As long as I can find Neptulon.
This may just be my best song yet.
Oh, theft accusation, absolute garbage. Other cards, absolute garbage. Sunwell, pretty decent. But this will, like, let's say we win this game. This is a great example. Like, Neptulon and Sunwell, like, those are dumb. They shouldn't be discovered. But in order to have a chance to beat a card like this, you have to be able to discover Neptulon or whatever the hell we just did here, you know? How many things? Man, that's a pretty good just shadow word ruin, no? Like, trade here.
Masterpiece.
3 die, 2 live. My guys don't kill anything. I could throw away the theft accusation. I could throw away the theft accusation to get Divine Shield on these things. Give that up. I have 1 way currently to activate this. Could also just heal. Yeah, but then I can't clear these, right? I kind of want to clear them. I don't know if that's right, but...
Do not look away.
I don't know. I mean, I only have a 1 in 12 to get something. I'm gonna fill up my hand. Come on. Don't do me like that. Baby, baby. Don't do me like that. It's almost like he knew where the random shot would go. Yeah. How? How could he know? He only has 2 spells in hand? What is this? Is this the one that changes every turn? I didn't even see that one. I'll take it. It's the rogue legendary spell, is that what that was? Alright, I'm gonna go grab some more cough drops real fast. I don't know, just feel like a tickle in my throat. Deck seems pretty good. What's up, Bendy? If anybody has yet to hit the follow button, this is my polite reminder that you can, and it will help me somewhat if you do. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright. You really sold it. Sold what? The follow thing? I don't like to put too much pressure on people. But sometimes people watch and they forget. They're like, oh, oops, I forgot to follow. Or I didn't realize they pay him $17 per follow right now.
You will regret this.
My thanks. Mortals, so full of sin.
They need our care. Now more than ever.
Mortal, so full of sin. Yeah, you got that right. This isn't an undead. I think it should be.
That step was your last.
This is almost good.
Hands off the feathers.
Sword Eater? No. Bridge Rip. Well, as always, the saving grace is knowing that we won't be having to deal with this the following turn too.
Burn away the blight.
This looks like a good clean the scene. I don't think I've cast a single clean the scene this entire run. But there have been a great many number of turns where I would have liked to have drawn one. That's pretty good. Shadow Word Ruin is 50-50 he's about to play. We're going to the finals. What a ride it's been. Yeah, it's a crazy ride. If you were thinking. For even a minute that we'd kill this anima that came out on turn 1. How wrong you were. I'd almost rather him buff up a bunch of stuff. Vegas is scary. Oh, did the Panthers win today? Sorry. I looked at the NBA. Wow, they swept Carolina. That's crazy. Could silence that one.
Inside voices, please.
Naxxramas never lacks corpses.
And they whomped them. Today? Wait, no. They won 4-3 today. Oh, he scored the series winner. Wait, Kachuk scored with that amount of time left? It's death 1.
This may just be my best song yet.
I mean, clean the scene might not even be good enough now. Everything's so big. They tied it with 3 minutes left. And Kachuk scored with 4.2 seconds left. Oh my god, that's so crazy. He had 2 overtime winners, right?
Touring grunge wave is more my bag.
Discover a taunt. It's kind of good.
None shall pass. Let's handle.
I want to see that. I mean, he probably would have just scored an OT anyway.
Well played.
Not going to attack with this. I'm just going to take this cheap card.
Where's your pass?
Also, sorry. Cheap card.
The food is getting cold.
Could play this one.
The
Cheap
streets are
card.
not safe.
Guess I'm not healing though. It's cheaper, I guess.
Keep it real.
Let's watch this goal.
All it takes is a
That's crazy. Does he have double? Oh yeah, he might have double, huh?
might or magic. I'll withstand it all.
I just drafted a rogue deck with Putricide, Okani, Krakatoa, and Geddon. And I might go buy a lottery ticket. Hey man, hopefully it's fun. Go out there and have some fun.
All ends with death. I'm invincible.
Evacuate.
Keep it real.
What US city or state would you recommend visiting? It depends what you're into. You know, big cities like LA or New York. I'm sure, you know, a lot of people would enjoy that experience. I like, there's a lot of different parts of California you could visit. The problem is the really big cities seem to have like a lot of homelessness now. So like Seattle and Portland, but it's like, there's probably like areas of all these cities you'd be okay in. Silence the 5/5. Does that help me out here? I'm just gonna trade it in anyway, aren't I?
For the Dark Lord.
But it does deal a fair amount of damage.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Seattle's cool, Oregon's cool.
Music for everybody. Eh?
What up, Arena Guy? I have to do a little recap here. I haven't played Arena in years. Started watching you recently. Got the Hearthstone bug. Tried my hand and went 10-2 with the Priest. Felt like good old times. I then proceeded to go 1-3, 2-3, 1-3, and retired 2 to 3 decks in between, but I realized I probably wasn't going to make it past 3 with any of them. I have a new found respect here. 5+ decks. Hey, it is different times. There's definitely a lot more frustration and a lot lower expectations for me, which I think is all fine because a lot of the games are fun. Anima, Bridge Rift, you know, kind of certain things notwithstanding. I think if they recalibrated the way that Arena's played, max wins at 7, you know, restructured the Arena rewards, didn't make it so punishing to win 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 games even, when most decks are not even going to get close to that, I think that would actually improve the experience quite substantially. Actually kind of want this one just because I have a Gorilla Bot in my deck and I have a Mothership in my hand. Now you understand how dreads climb so easily. A chimp could do it. You recently started playing Battlegrounds and gotten first 6 games in a row. Well, it's really easy to climb back to what your MMR was, and as much as I'm always, respecting dreads and whatnot, his MMR is pretty low. Like that's a huge contributing factor to why it's easy to climb back up to it. Climbing to like 9 or 10 or 11k, like that's where you're getting a lot fewer points per game, and the opponents are much higher caliber.
The streets are not safe.
Even though Dred's is hairier than an average chimp, he's a very hairy man. Do we like this song? I've never heard this. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I kind of like this. What do the comments say? I don't know, it's using animation from an anime called Redline. Have you guys ever seen Redline? Looks kind of cool. Huh?
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
11-2 in Heroic Brawl at the moment. I will cry myself to sleep if I miss out on this portrait now. Oh, you could just do it. It's all week, right? Or 2 weeks? You can make it. Do they give you a free Heroic Brawl run like they used to? Do I get one for free? It's 1k gold. I think one year they let you have one run for free, and then I played in it. I'd rather pay $100 for a portrait than RNG 12 wins. I mean, there's skill involved, I'm sure, right? And luck, but that's just Hearthstone, right? But I don't want to pay $100 for a portrait. You should participate, though, because if you play 3 games total in the Brawl, you get the Frost skin for DK. Can I just pay like $10 to get in, or no? Left. Nice.
Mistake? Now?
Brilliant.
Wow, I actually got the Gorilla Bot. 100 rune gems or gold? Oh, okay. I think they're called rune gems. Gemstones? Gem runes.
Symphony of darkness.
Blue shinies, those are the ones. I bet that's Mana Snake following. Oh, baby. You gotta love it if you're a Redbeard fan. You gotta hate it if you're a Redbeard hater / some sort of criminal. Yo, 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 yo! Cheaper spells? I'll just take that. Silence could be nice. What about silence my own guy? That could be good too. I want to tether his guy basically to stop him from having access to his opera soloists.
You would make a fine. You win this time.
So he can't trade it off and then use them. Also, a lot of the buffs we did that game were to get him out of range of 3 damage AoE, which we knew his deck had a had an abundance of. What song is this? This one is called The Less I Know, The Better, by Redbeard and the Funky Bunch. Yeah, but that was just because chat said it was going to take 5 hours. I was just, making a little joke. I've paid 0 attention. You gotta pay attention. And what we need to do is keep playing. We need to not lose this run. I don't even want to win, because then I have to draft the new deck that's going to get stomped on by warriors. I don't want that.
Job's done.
Blessings to you.
Don't tell me my business, devil woman. Don't tell me my business, devil woman. Don't tell me what to do, devil woman. Tell me what is that from?
The exit is this way.
Seinfeld? Is that to Seinfeld? Don't tell me what to do, devil woman. Is that what he says to Elaine? The guy says to Elaine.
They need our care. Now more than ever. Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
It's Billy Madison? Oh, that's what he steps on the dog do. Don't put it out with your boots. Don't tell me what to do, devil woman. Is that the same actor that's in that episode where Elaine goes to visit the elderly? Is that the same guy?
Want the point? Gladly.
No. No. I don't get out of range. I need that to go in there. Could run that in. Could play that. I get a singular 2/2.
I won.
I could draw a card. Doesn't help me a ton. Man, this is such a good roll for him, right?
Naxxramas never lacks corpse.
I don't really know what this does for me. Maybe it lets me kill that. I saw someone pull King Mukla with Pack the House. Was it Dreads? Can buff there and trade there. Yeah, you can get Mukla from that. You can get all sorts of nasty shit. Another clean the scene's not bad though. For as high as he's rolled at the start of this game, the fact that it's not already over is encouraging. It's somewhat encouraging. 6 mana, it's like a fire Ellie loses guy. 3, 4. Oh, he's trying to protect his thing. 3, 1. It's hard to get the chain going if I don't take that right now. Could get a Shadow Word Death, that doesn't help me. I mean, I can kill 1.
I won.
Could get a Black Knight, would be incredible. It's probably not going to be that good next turn. That's pretty strong. And I want to clean the scenes for the Pack the House. Draw 3 more cards. Down to 14, 13, 12. 5, a 3, and a 1. Could just play this and this. Maybe that's the play.
The streets are not safe.
Uninfused Pack the House would be better here.
1 and 2 and 3 and
Don't
4
keep your
and
thoughts to yourself.
Just don't want him to evolve. This is pretty good. What if I brew this back?
Drink with me, friend.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Do I want to hit here? Could like free kill one of them maybe. Takes 4, it takes 3. Could free kill both of them, I guess. I don't know. Good times, good times. He called the shit poop. He called the poop shit. Thank you, PJ, for the raid, man. This one's out again. Oh, that's funny. Take all the shit, boo. Hey God King, what's up Camel City? FPS, good to see you guys. If you guys are coming from PJ's stream, hello. We're playing a bit of Arena tonight. Mixing it up from our Genshin adventures. If you guys don't know PJ, I think he was playing Heroic Brawl today, at least for some period of the day. I think we're playing Played Up tomorrow on for sure on Dreads' stream, maybe here as well. It's a little easier to stream Played Up for me. And it was Zelda. How is Zelda? 1 to 10, what do you give it? Balbia, thank you, Balbia. Trade there is not bad. Buff up a bunch of other stuff and just whack him. So you can always draw for free first.
For the Dark Lord!
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Ooh, that's really, really quite bad. Kinda need to kill him fast, huh? I'm gonna die in fatigue at some point. At least a 9, if not higher. Oh wow. Are you a big Zelda fan in general? Who's PJ? That's Team America. Let's see, he kills the big one, he kills the other one. It's bad for me. I need to have something stick so I can win the game. Maybe this is the thing to do. If he gives me something to shoot, I think I'm just gonna shoot it. I need to pack the house. Criminal lineup. Okay. Maybe. It's a true sequel to Breath of the Wild with a ton of quality of life improvements. Usually enjoy the games. Okay. Scotty Pippin, thank you for the 6 months. Free trades. Not killing my 8/8, I hope. I rather need that quite badly. Okay. Buffing this. Buffing this. Lining these up criminally. Deathing this. Thank you very much, Scotty Pippin, for the 6 months. PJ for the raid. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. My favorite Zelda, I haven't played a ton of them. I played Ocarina of Time when I was a kid and liked it. Oh my god, what if he had 2? I like Wind Waker. I love Wind Waker. Okay. I'm gonna refill my water, but hey man, 10 wins, you gotta love that. I don't want to play Heroic Brawl Sim. Alright, you guys can bet on 12, okay. Majora. I like Wind Waker. What was that chunky board? I got 3 copies of a minion on my board, but it doesn't really work if they clear your guy. Like if your board's empty, then you can't really do anything. But since we were able to stick the promo Drake, we were able to make three copies of him, and we buffed him twice. Pretty cool. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. Oh, and we got a nice 10-win run going, and Redbeard's been on his best behavior the last few days. After that vicious tongue lashing I received.
Tyrande versus the next king.
Will serve me in death.
A loon give me strength.
Okay, sitting, killing. What's the score of that deck? Ours is 10-1. You can see it in the bottom left. The bottom left. Actually, hang on one sec. I definitely don't want that yet. That's a good draw. Oh, our deck is like a 20. It's like a 12.5. Very low quality deck.
They need our care. Now
We're just doing
more
our
than ever.
best. Well done, believers. Haha, doubters. The scoring system must have changed. No, this is just the worst deck ever drafted. Piloted by one of the premier Hearthstone arena players in the world. I'm spectating it. It's being piloted remotely by PJ.
The streets are not
Hands
safe.
off the feathers.
They should draw 2 minions, swap their health and stats, and make them each cost 1. I'm just saying. Any Pokemon opened as of late? Not really, but I do have potentially a few packs. I haven't bought much lately. Actually was on a little bit of a magic kick, the collector's packs. As I've said many times, I really wish... Really? I really wish Pokemon would do that. They'd put out like a $20 or $25 pack that's guaranteed like X amount of hits. I like that because then you're not stuck with all this bulk and just more exciting. They can make like special like art and stuff just for collector's packs. Magic does that. I think it's awesome. It's like way better to get 1 pack for 25 bucks. It's guaranteed to have X amount of hits than it is to buy 5 packs, get nothing, and have a bunch of, shitty bulk that you don't want. You just gotta, what do I gotta do with this? It's a good Nova. It's a good Corporal draw. Typically I like spreading these, but I'm not so sure about position-based removal that DK would have. I don't think there's any, and I have a Candle Raiser, so they should probably be together most of the time. Wasn't Holy Nova 5? Yeah, I think it was 5 at one point, and it went face. And then they moved it to 4, and it hit face. And then I think they moved it to 4 and stopped it from hitting face. And then I think they... I think they moved it now to 3, but it no longer hits face again. So it's kind of changed several times. I thought you were constructing a king-size bed out of the bulk. Usually I'll just give it to the library or to the school children. $20 health and a card. If he didn't have the weapon equipped, I might be inclined to just throw this out and try to get 2 Divine Shields, but it feels a bit greedy.
My blood boils for war.
My butt boils for war, you heard him. Last time I looked at the actual TCG, Hearthstone was probably years ago, back during that Dark Moon expansion. That's a long time ago. I think we were in a pandemic back then.
Armies of bone.
3 or less. 5, 3, 8. So I can't buff this and get it out of range. I guess what I can do is just death it. I guess I would rather... It's worse if I get a Shadow Word Ruin. Do I have, wait, oh no, I didn't have lethal because this would die. Alright, that was the whole point. I probably should have buffed one of those. I swore I've been anything Blizzard for so long and I got back into it because of Diablo 4 and I can't keep away. I feel like a hypocrite. Well, you proved your point.
You are prepared.
Last played during Rosticon's Rumble. Wow, that's a long time ago too. Rosticon's Rumble was relatively recent when I well, actually I started streaming before Rosticon's Rumble came out. Final boss. We'll try one more win. That'd be really cool. My boss told me we don't have enough YouTube content. Which expansion was one with the Blood Reaver Gul'dan meta? Frozen, this could be the hand. Just keep that. I don't want to draw like a concert promo or like a Sin Runner even. I don't want to draw a switcheroo. I need Knights of the Frozen Throne. Yeah, that's the one. I need a Cathedral of Atonement and then I feel much more confident in this hand. But you could hard mull or like keep like 1 or 2 of the cards and then you get Cathedral and then you don't have a curve so you're not like really buffing anything.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Have you ever opened WoW TCG packs? I guess it would be cool to have some iconic characters from Hearthstone in physical form. I have not. It does seem like it would be cool though. But I never have. Gorilla Bot. It was a fun game. Not sure if they're expensive. I looked them up at one point. That'd be kind of cool. Wow. TCG packs. Are there any like foils or anything? What are we doing here? Guess this is my best play.
The streets are not safe.
Oh yeah, there's like something shiny in there, no? Or that this kid's lighting. Wait, was that card called Dr. Boom? Clean the Scene would be pretty nice draw. I lost. Oh no, sorry Push. 11's still really good. I'm at 9 on EU with the mid Hunter deck, so maybe the bozos are playing. Yeah, it could be. All run, I've needed to clean the scene and never been able to cast it. It's been a real shame. So this is a pretty good game because we just wanted to play the max amount of games, so. So that part's pretty cool. Alright, another try. I put 1 point into doubting. Let's see. It's not a great payoff. We get to go first this game, not second. That's a nice plus We get a Cathedral early, which is also a nice plus. This time we're playing against a Warrior, which is not a nice plus. I watched the Homer Simpson self-cannibalism episode. I don't know what those words mean.
Blessings to
Mortals, so full of sin.
brilliant.
I'm impressed at how well you do considering how fast you play. Seems like most streamers take the time and get similar results. Yeah. About the same. We do play like much faster than say someone like Dreads. You know, and he has better results, but I just can't play that way. It's very boring.
Let's raise the hoof.
Can I ever just play this? This doesn't do what I want it to do. Could shoot there, but then I'm probably not killing what's coming out the following turn.
I wonder.
Our chance to win this game really is kind of dependent on this specific turn. Whether I just Holy Smite this. Taking 6, we might just be dead again because our last two opponents have curved out too well. We can play 2 Psychics. Yeah.
I wonder.
If we get an Execute,
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
could also heal our face once. Do I ever want to heal?
Don't keep your thoughts.
Execute would be really quite good. Another smite would have been really good too. We don't want to smite the 4-2 because then Anima gets another buff. If he puts up a taunt or something, he gets another buff. The buffs never stop. Draw last. Yeah, but these are cheaper draws for us. Good cards, Pray We Live. Well, Pray We Live and pray he doesn't get access to those cards. Can free trade and play this. I can trade there and play this. Yeah.
This may just be
I need like a Nova. I'll take a Light Bomb just in case. And I'll take a Harmonic Pop. And I guess I'll take the trade so we take less damage and maybe protect the 4-4 even. Deal 6 to all. Deal 6 to all. I'm gonna burn a lot of cards. Guess I'll just play it safe. Why not infuse? I mean buff. Because I may be casting Light Bomb, Clean the Scene, those type of cards. And then I kind of lose effectively the buff. It'll just die. It protects you from like Sword Eater maybe. But my hand's too full and I want this to like trade things or get things out of range of Clean the Scene or something. Hipster. I need a 2-drop.
time to rock.
That was easy. Trawler's okay. Amalgam's great. Am I burning a card? I am. Oh, I'm not because it's not dead yet. I will if I buff it. But if I buff it, it might live. I think I'm okay to burn a card. Can red get to 12? I hope so. But if not, this was a really good run. So I think that's cool. Something I can target would be totally fair. 7 mana, 10, 12 maybe? Very likely that that's what that is, but now he's going to get the 5-6 with Rush.
My hand is full.
3 types. And I just burned my only thing that cares about positioning.
Let's see, what do I take?
Let's take the mothership. Let's shoot there. It's pretty good. I don't really see any reason not to play it.
Give that meaning a turn to the head. Naxxramas never
Tina Turner passed away. What an absolute legendary singer. That's a shame. I really hate when people die. My warrior opponent in arena somehow got Sister Small now, and I don't know how to win. Yeah, I don't know what you're gonna do. Okay, I got Wind Fury here. I can death that as well. I can buff the ever-loving crap out of that. Free. Death. Play. Buff. Conjure for another Nelly.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Drunk Delirium. Thank you for the follow, Drunk Delirium.
This place is scary. Oh, you got me.
I'll take it. 12 wins, and don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, follow, and for the love of God, subscribe button on YouTube, man. What a run. What a great run. I think we cast 1 Clean the Scene in that entire run. First try.